College football 26. Let's go. Let's get to it.
There's an old idea called the sophomore slump that says second efforts generally aren't as good as the first.
Man, if you don't speak up.
Sophomore students stop trying as hard, bands get less time with their second album than their first, and athletes who have exceptional rookie years regress to the mean. There's no denying the power of new car smell, and part of the reason College Football 25 popped off as hard as it did was because it had been more than
Well, I wonder, when they bring the animals out like that, do they hire some guy that has a ranch or something like that, or do they just have a horse and a jockey just on campus chilling? I wonder how that works. They probably rent them to come in for the home games or the season opener or whatever they do.
decade since NCAA 14. It didn't hurt that it was good, but the annual fatigue of the sports genre hadn't set in yet. College Football 26 doesn't benefit from new car smell anymore, but it's not a game suffering from the sophomore slump either.
Okay.
This season is better than last year's, just in a way that's more focused on steady improvement than breakout success.
Okay, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So the Xbox controller since we got to the Xbox One.
Once Sports Series solves the gameplay, it's never really going to be bad. College Football 26 is built on a really firm foundation, and this year's iteration expands on that in good ways. One of the things I appreciate most was the trophy room, which tracks the real-world trophies you'll accumulate across your entire career, no matter what mode you're in. It's cool to see stuff like the Heisman Trophy, the United School Arm Award, and the Orange Bowl Trophy collected in one place, and be able to learn about them too. There's a lot of history to college football, and I appreciate that EA has tried to capture that. Aside from the addition of the trophy room, though, there are no new modes in College Football 26. The options are the exact same as last year. You've got Play Now, Road to the College Football Playoffs, the custom character-led Road to Glory, the flagship Dynasty mode, practice and mini-games, and finally College Ultimate Team, which is, as I put it last year, a slot machine masquerading as a trading card game that will almost assuredly make EA hundreds of millions of dollars and eventually earn the ire of the community as it gets more updates per year than every other mode combined.
Right.
I was hoping College Football 26 would move its tutorials out of Ultimate Team, but no such luck. This is still both a bad way to teach people how to play and a deeply cynical move on EA's part, since there's once again no reason for them to be housed here beyond luring people towards spending money on card packs.
The throw can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat.
The college football team has at least made some really nice quality of life updates to Ultimate Team. One is the Pack Helper, which will immediately tell you if a player is better than
They put that in Madden now too. I just did the Madden review.
Spot. The other major one is that you can now see your challenges from the play call screen and bring them up at any time pre-snap. No more pausing required. These, as well as some other changes, are very nice tweaks. That said, I fundamentally believe...
Oh, you had the running back wide the fuck open.
They are designed to trigger the dopamine-producing part of your brains that gambling stimulates in the hope that you will continue to spend money for a chance at a good outcome, and I cannot endorse anything about them. The mode that has seen the most meaningful changes is Road to Glory, where you'll create a player and begin your college journey. Notably, you can now kind of play through your high school career, which determines how colleges view you. You might think you'd play full high school games, but the reality is you'll select up to 4 of 5 possible goals and play through drives based around them. That could mean throwing a play-action pass while avoiding a ball-hawking safety, leading your team on a late drive to win the game, or converting an important third down. How well you do will determine what you put on tape, which is how colleges will evaluate you. Each school has its own criteria and is looking for different things in its players, so some will jive with certain goals and player archetypes more than others. Navy is probably more interested in a mobile QB who can run the option than a pocket passer, and will evaluate you accordingly, while a school that runs a pro-style offense probably wants a cat who can sling it. It's a big improvement over last year, even if I wish we were playing full games. I also like that you get a limited number of retries depending on your difficulty, and that teams will give you special challenges you can undertake to improve your tape score with them, or tell you that they're just not that into you. I made my very own Joe Throw a 2-star recruit this year, so my path was more difficult. I essentially had to play perfectly to get an offer from my preferred school, Virginia, but I liked the challenge. I also like the little touches EA has added. Senior Night, how the camera trails your player during runouts, and a hat ceremony where you can fake people out.
You can fake the pick. Yeah, I like that. I saw my homeboy playing it. Shout out to my boy Savage Wolf Gaming. He was playing it, and he did that.
It wasn't long before Joe was in a position battle for the backup spot. He was soon promoted to starter.
Off the play fake.
Oh, that safety should have been came down.
Otherwise, stuff is more or less the same as last year, and the same problems persist. It takes too long to get access to things like audibles and hot routes. Your coach will make boneheaded play calls with limited options for you to change them, and they'll blame you for stalled drives when your receivers drop the ball or your running back gets stuffed. You know, things that are not your fault.
I mean, but that's
but
that's real life though. Sometimes your coach will make a dickhead ass call and you got to run it.
Don't even make sense. Why am I allowed to call timeouts and not audibles?
Looking to throw for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Conley.
Outside of the games, Road to Glory is largely the same. You'll manage your time between studying, resting, upping your leadership skills, training, and managing your brand. There are occasional extras like NIL deals and the opportunity to study for or cheat on tests and so on, all of which mostly boil down to text exchanges that offer their own risks and rewards. You now have to manage coach happiness and career health, which are good additions if still a little easy to deal with. Joe Throw is once again almighty, and Road to Glory is still the same as it was. Solid, but not great. Dynasty is where most people will spend their time, and it's got the same highs and lows as it did last year, though there are some great upgrades. Over 300 real-world coaches are in College Football 26, complete with their own playbooks, tendencies, and skills. Custom coaches have more customization options, from their clothing to how they behave on the sidelines, and they all now have a level cap of up to 100 from College Football 25's 50. There have also been an enormous number of quality of life changes here, like how bringing in a player close to your school costs fewer recruiting hours than flying someone in from across the country, and that you can always see your team needs when you're still on the recruiting menu because they're now pinned to the top of the page. Oh, and now every player has a deal breaker, some of which change over time. So there's more players in the transfer portal at the end of any given year, and how much they progress between seasons is based on how good your school's training facilities are. Better still, you'll finally level them up manually. It's great stuff, and I saw how much harder it was to recruit at a school like UConn than Boise State. However, many of Dynasty's improvements are largely still under the hood. This is the same engine and the same car.
I forgot UConn even had football. That's a basketball school to me.
And playing games, because beyond that, there isn't much else to do. Dynasty is still good, but it's very much more of the same, just better. If you liked it last year,
like if I was like a top tier, if I had more guidance, I could have been a top tier athlete. I did still play in high school basketball and football, but if I was like a top tier athlete like that, I'd have went to like let's say I was playing football, I would have went to a school that's not really known for football, and made that school a football school based on how well I was playing. Like I went to like North Carolina or Duke, clearly basketball schools, made it into a football school, put my name up in the history of college football, so people remember JusticeXFalls made North Carolina a football school.
If, like me, you
for the 4 years that he was there,
that hasn't changed.
Because I would have did my 4 years.
I'm trying to stick with my online Dynasty longer than I did last year, but it still doesn't compel me the way
got my degree
does in Madden.
and then go to NFL.
On first down. He's got it on the move. Touchdown.
You a star player, you that slow? Damn.
To College Football 26 overall might be the on-field tweaks. The little change I'm happiest about is how defenders play the ball when it's in the air. If you've played College Football 25 or Madden in the last few years, you've probably noticed defenders intercepting passes that they couldn't have seen.
They couldn't even see
around. Now a defender has to see the ball to pick it off, and you'll notice defenders turning their heads before the ball arrives. If they don't, however, that doesn't mean the defender can't make a play on the ball. They can still swat it. It's a good change. You now actually have a reason to swat the ball down instead of going for the pick every time, and better defenders can now make plays that average ones can't.
Yeah, that was clearly AI. Like when they had them, you're running a full sprint, 50 yards down the field. You ain't even look back, and you just jump up, perfect timing, catch the interception. Like, at least make it look real. Make him track the ball. Like, at least make it look real if you're going to do shit like that.
I'm also a big fan of dynamic subs and custom zones for defenders. The former allows you to swap players on the field and not just on the play call screen. Thank God. But you do have to wait a play for the substitution to take effect. And the latter is the defensive version of last year's custom stems for routes on offense. I enjoyed the defensive game more than the offensive one, so being able to set where I want my zones to be on the field in real time and not a menu is welcome. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where players are running on and off the field in real time. That would be neat.
That would be
cool.
This is
a good first step toward that hopefully possible future.
They probably didn't figure that out yet.
College Football 26 is a very good college football video game, but I don't think it's a great one. I'm pretty choosy when I use that word.
Oh, yeah.
This year's version walks
He's
a little
outta here.
taller, looks a
Too
little
slow.
more toned, and has better footwork than last year's model. You can tell it's put in the work in the off-season, but there's still more to be done. Proper teaching tools aren't here yet, and Road to Glory and Dynasty still need meaningful changes. But Dynasty is at least compelling enough, and the on-field game still has it where it counts. You can tell the college football team is listening, and that it cares. EA has avoided the sophomore slump, but like any college football fan will tell you, you don't build a dynasty off a couple of good seasons alone. You have to plan for the future. College Football 26
Little
is a
7,
step in that
ain't
direction,
bad. A little
but
7.
EA will have to keep at it if they want this series to be up there with the all-time greats.
And that's why I don't normally buy the sports games until it gets like either dirt cheap or they offer for free, because it's just like it's not really much innovation year over year. College Football 25, I had to get that. Madden 25, I got it when it was like on sale. It was like dirt cheap. I got it for like $20 or some shit like that. So, and after that, I didn't spend any more money on it. Like unlike 2K, where you have to buy VC to keep up and shit like that. But yeah, little 7 ain't bad. I'm gonna get that little MVP bundle when it goes down to a sale that I feel comfortable paying for. Not no full price. I'm not giving them no $150. That's definitely not happening. College football 2026. This is the sophomore version of the new era of college football, and they've added some more adjustments, like you see there with the custom stems, and they added some stuff to franchise mode, and they add some stuff to the basically your created player mode, the superstar mode, whatever you call it in the college. Road to glory. And I'm liking that, because I'm a road to glory. I'm a my player. I'm a superstar mode kind of player. That's really my vibe. So I was mostly paying attention to that. But the dynasty mode looks cool too. You can up the attributes of players. You can spend your points to fly out players and things of that nature. And the gameplay just looks solid. It looks like they just took from 2025 and they just polished it up a little bit. It's just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah, y'all already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.